So what I wanted to illustrate is that there's more than rain coming down there. And we've got weather wars that are going on. That's part of what's happening. And I wanted to show that because there's a war on humanity. Eugenics is a big part of it. The toxification of the food, the water, the air. I've shot this light up in the sky when it didn't have rain coming down, and there's a lot of particulate. There was even a lot more visible earlier. We've got a full moon right now, and it would be visible right up in that area, but we can't see that now, as I'm sure you can notice. So one of the things that I wanted to highlight here is that with heating up the highly purified carbon filtered water on my stove, reverse osmosis, this is the technology right there. I put it in 5-gallon jugs on top of the washer here. So that when I bathe, it doesn't flood all over the floor, or I should say, when I fill up the jugs and they overflow, they don't go over the floor. A couple of things that I wanted to bring up here as I show you this. Is that, for example, the plants in the house generate a tremendous amount of oxygen. Of course, the water is still, there's not even a ripple on it until I just do that. It's just kind of the way it works. Now, the baking soda, it has a lot of health benefits to it. So does the Epsom salt. Helps with withdrawal from all kinds of drugs and addictions, opiate addiction and that. It's magnesium sulfate. It's got some real serious health benefits, and I can water my plants with that. Now the borax interrupts some of the self-replicating nanoparticles that I showed you on the, it's a little early, yeah, but what time is it where you are? Anyway, what I wanted to tell you about that is that it's a way of slowing down the self-replicating nanoparticles that are in the air. So I'm going to take us back outside. I know that sometimes we talk about, or I talk about, you know, what can we do about all this? Now that I need to change the water. I change it a couple times a week, but that's the highly purified water there for the kitties. Wow, that's pretty cool. But I'm going to take us back out here now. So as we look at what's raining down on us, look at the turbulence and the fine dust particles that are all blowing around in that. There's what's called geoengineering by some. Chemtrails, contrails are naturally occurring temperature differential and moisture activity in that temperature differential. Do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? Well, that drives the water cycle of the world. Temperature changes volume and density of water. That's the way that actually works. So we have the evaporation, condensation, and precipitation in all its forms. So as this stuff is raining down on us, what can we do about it? Well, reduce the toxic input in our body in our mind, in our ears, what we think about, what we watch, what we listen to. All those release chemicals, neurotransmitters, fear, anxiety. I'm not afraid. I'm not anxious. I have the creator of this world living in and through me. That's the reality of that for me. So that's why I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. Let's see what this looks like out here a little bit more. So, like I said, the moon would be visible way up here. And we can't see that either. So I'll create a video like this on Facebook because my network of people that I'm connected with is much more vast than on YouTube right now. On my YouTube videos, I cover topics like eugenics, weather wars, World Central Bank, New World Order, vaccines, all of that. I'm outing the system. As in the days of Noah, we had 3 water sources accounted for the Great Flood. The fountains of the deep sprang forth, broke forth, the windows of heaven, and rain. 3 water sources. We're living in a created world that has a firmament up above us. We've seen the floods, flash floods, mud floods, all of that. What will you do? What will you do? How can you mitigate some of the toxic assault on us? Well, putting the good stuff in, keeping the bad stuff out. That's how it works for most of us that are awake. Time to wake up. Hey, thanks so much for your public and private encouragement. This is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth.